As an investor, as an entrepreneur, I'm more to that, which is a hustler. As a kid, as a college-going kid, I was always inspired by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. I really admired how he created a product company out of a garage. And today's date, in these last 16, 17 years, which I've been, I always admired and liked entrepreneurs and innovators in the industry. As we develop this, I have made my own thesis and philosophy around investment, and that is that if you look at a legacy business and a process around you, if you can create any kind of innovation, be it technology, design, or anything interesting around it, the possibility and the potential to make money and profit are immense. And that is my thesis, and it has always been revolving around that. As a part of a jury panel at IIM Calcutta in 2009, I stumbled upon an interesting product idea and a company. As kids, we've always played Scrabble with our friends and all of that. And Scrabble has tried to enter the Indian market to make board games in Indian languages for the last 50 years. But they've failed because Indian languages are phonetic languages. And you have matras. It's so difficult to make a game with the matra and the letter. And at IIM Calcutta, I found this young team who was able to create a new design, an indigenous design, where they were able to make the matra as a sliding tile on top of your regular letter tile. And that's what stuck me, that if I could play a game in Hindi with my grandmother, that will be really helpful, because at kids, we were only able to play, cards or your snakes and ladders or Ludo with our grandparents, because they didn't know English. So it stuck me, and I invested and I mentored the company, and that just one innovation in terms of design made sure that we were able to raise more than $10 million in a span of 2 years. We were able to create a successful company as well as creating value for kids around us. And that's what is the turning point, that today, if you look at innovation and if you look at something interesting around you, another thing which was close to my heart is printing. I created a printing company about 16 years back. I saw a very big gap in the printing industry, in the commercial printing space. And over there, I saw that there was inconsistent printing over different geographies. Multinationals from the US, when they came to India, and I had returned back to India after my education, and I was looking at them, they were facing this incredibly challenging situation where in different geographies, their prints were coming in different scopes, whereas their logo got distorted or their prints and the colors were not matching. And we created an interesting dashboard, a unique platform for them to order, a reporting method, reduce pilferage on printing, and we were able to create something very unique for the corporates. By doing that, it was just an interesting way of design, interesting way of process, where a legacy industry like printing, which is about 1,500 years old, there are different innovations which has happened in printing industry. But with this, just the way to order and just the way a company can interact with the vendor, that's what changed the whole scope of printing. And we were able to create a company which churned out millions of dollars, again, in a span of 4 to 5 years. So continuing on the same story, if you look at it, any legacy traditional way, as college-going kids, we used to go out and, for a meal together. The only way of transacting amongst each other was cash. You used to pay cash amongst each other to share the bill when it comes on your desk. And today's date, if you look at it, the urban population in India, 70% of the transactions which happen, the smaller transactions amongst each other, is either through a mobile wallet or through UPI. A simple legacy system which was cash has been now transformed to an economy which is built on mobile wallets and UPI. Today, you have Apple Pay, which is about 200 million users. You have Google Pay, which is around 100 million users. And every day, it's only increasing. It's not reducing. So if you look at it around you, any legacy or traditional business model around you, traditional process around you, you can create value. You don't need something which is a groundbreaking idea, like tomorrow I'm going to create a rocket. You need to see something which is traditional and see if you can create a stack or a layer of design or layer of innovation around over there. You can create something very innovative for your future. Now, continuing that, I would leave you with something interesting to conclude this talk, a food for thought, that look around yourself. Have you seen any interesting processes, traditional businesses, traditional models around you, where you've seen that, this could be done in a better way. This could be done in an interesting way. Can you change that method? Can you put a stack over there? And that's where you will see that you can create a very good value for yourself and for the society. Look at it in terms, few examples for you are, watching cinema or watching TV through your dish TV and all of that. Today's date, it has become obsolete. Now, most of the population, if you look at majority part of the urban population, it's coming down to tier 2, tier 3 as well. It's coming more on the OTT platform, be it the Netflix and all of that. Again, an innovation, a design plus an interface innovation has caused a traditional industry to phase out completely. So same way, in and around us, cash and banks have been completely transformed by UPI and mobile wallets. Now look at it in terms of, when we were kids, coaching. Coaching and education was only through your local teachers around you. But today's date, if you need online coaching, e-tutoring, you could get, coaching from teachers abroad, from Harvard, from Stanford, from wherever. So you could, if you're unable to move, if you're handicapped, if you have some other issues, you can have access to all of that. And that's only because of innovation in terms of technology and some other methods of delivery. So as kids, as young adults, I think the onus lies on you that look around and look for interesting traditional legacy systems around you. And to create something, you don't need a groundbreaking idea. You just need to see that stack, that can you do something interesting over there.